Hello everyone! Last week, we ventured into Revendreth. We uncovered that Kel'Thuzad is part of the House of Rituals, and he's been manipulating things from behind the scenes. Getting to him is not going to be easy, but we're not the only ones that want to deal with him. Balmadar, another lich from the House of Rituals, they saw their title of Baron stolen by Kel'Thuzad, and then they pushed him out of the house's dealings. He has yet to find evidence to use against Kel'Thuzad, and so he offers an arrangement. We get access to the House of Rituals, and in return, we're going to help him bring down Kel'Thuzad.
Good. You managed to find my little care package, so you are not entirely useless. Your next task won't be so simple. I hope you're up for a challenge.
Now we can't just walk in looking the way that we do now. We're going to need an illusion. Not just any will do. To join Kel'Thuzad's inner circle, we're going to require a specific body. Fortunately for us, one of the Baron's favorite acolytes, they're performing a ritual outside of the house itself. Nemesis, it would be the perfect disguise to get us where we need to be, so we take her out and drag her body back to the ritual circle, while making sure that no witnesses survive and that we have enough anima power to complete the ritual.
Satisfactory. Come to see me in the Hall of Blades, so I can verify the quality of your guise. Oh, just one small note. That acolyte you've just wantonly slain also happens to be the favorite consort of Margrave Sindane. If for some reason you see fit to betray me, I will make certain the Margrave discovers the identity of the murderer. But you would never dream of doing that, would you?
Yep, that's right. Apparently Margraves, they have consorts. I'm sure glad they put in that little lore detail. It's time to present ourselves to Kel'Thuzad and do whatever task that he requires, while keeping our eyes open for anything suspicious to find out what he's up to.
The constructs have returned with the remaining spoils from our raid on Bastion. Along with my personal prize, a type of Kyrian their kind refers to as a bearer.
You will answer for this, Lich. I am no one's prize.
Within this pitiful Kyrian lies the key to places of great power. And by utilizing the anima stores secured from our allies in Revendreth, I shall open the way to victory. Enough reflection. It is time we prepared for the ritual.
So the Baron is soliciting help from the Venthyr. Not an unforgivable slight, were he at least to share his spoil. Hardly evidence of treachery, though. Let us see what lies within these tomes he seeks.
Well, what have we here? One of Kel'Thuzad's little pets.
Kel'Thuzad is going to need more information for his ritual, but to get to the books, we'll first have to help out the Baroness with collecting some overdue scrolls, retrieving errant quills and rampant grimoires. With those tasks done, we're granted access to the volumes that our master seeks.
Winged Arcanum. An obvious choice for research on Kyrian mysticism. What could he expect to find in such a basic volume? Halves of the first ones, an odd choice, filled with speculation and half-truths. Does his ritual somehow involve the pathways connecting the realms of death? Greater Wards and Barriers, Volume 4, Counterspells. A truly ponderous read. What manner of barrier is the Baron seeking to erect, or bypass? Curious. Binding of the Banished One? Why, this is little more than a history book. What could Kel'Thuzad possibly want with this? Despite our efforts, we are no closer to ascertaining the Baron's plans. Continue with your ruse. Let us see what else we can uncover.
The Kyrian are capable of bearing souls into the Shadowlands. There are wards and barriers covering the Maw, There's the binding of the Banished One, and the Banished One is another name for the jailer. And then the path of the first ones. Their artifacts, it reacted to us as we made our escape from the Maw. For those curious, there's not a whole lot known about these first ones, the precursors to the rulers of the Shadowlands. While it is safe to say that Kel'Thuzad studies, they're directed and focused on the Maw and what it's keeping imprisoned. He'll need some time to study the books. So next up, we go out to get the last required reagents.
Perhaps some of these reagents could help us surmise the nature of this ritual. Whatever the Baron requests, bring them to me first. I would see what he intends to use.
Sorcerer of Utral is a bit too nosy for their own good. They left a note for Kel'Thuzad, one that he hasn't read yet, in which they let him know that something is off about us ever since we returned from a ritual with the Kyrian remains. Best to silence such a voice before they unravel our plans. Then to the reagents. Kel'Thuzad, he requires a Veilwing's heart, but the beast has escaped, wrecking their reagent area, freeing the Blight Rays from their cages. We'll have to hunt it down ourselves and procure its heart, while also harvesting the Veilwing for their spore clusters. After that is done, all that remains is a special shipment that Kel'Thuzad has requested from Oribos.
A mysterious delivery from the brokers. Intriguing indeed. I must know of it. Return to me with the remaining reagents. I have a plan.
The brokers deal in objects most exotic and profound. If Kel'Thuzad requires reagents from them, then his ritual, it must be outside the normal scope of the House of Rituals. This mysterious reagent, it could be the key to unlocking his plans. So we ambush the caravan and retrieve what they're transporting, while once again taking out any of the witnesses. It's a good thing we're disguised, otherwise the brokers and Oribos, they might act a whole lot less friendly. The shipment, it turns out to be a highly ornate dagger, adorned with the hallmark runes of domination magic. I really wonder how the broker got their hands on a domination blade, if the design was ripped from the rune carver by the jailer. How many of these blades are out there anyways? Really curious to find out, but the pieces, they are coming together. There's the Kyrian, the path of the first ones, and runes of domination. Kel'Thuzad is looking to breach the Maw, and we cannot allow this to happen. It's been locked away from the Shadowlands for a good reason. Opening up that floodgate could be catastrophic. Now he's a bit too powerful to confront headlong, so we'll have to sabotage his ritual instead.
The caravan was completely ransacked. The escorting brokers were brutally slain.
Well, what is it?
Nowhere to be found, Master.
Then it would appear we have a traitor in our midst. We must accelerate our plans.
As you command, Master. It will be done at once.
Having you engaged in the ritual was not intended to be part of the plan, but it seems we must improvise. Though I'm quite certain the ritual will fail, there may be some collateral effects. For your sake, let us hope they are not entirely fatal.
The ritual begins. Open the anima flows. Yes, I see the way. The darkness of the Maw calls to me from beyond. The barrier weakens. Paths sealed for untold ages will soon open. The blood of the bearer shall open the way. What? What is happening? No! Impossible! Wait. What treachery is this? So you were behind this? And what have we here? Balmadar's Oculus! Guards, take this wretch to a cell, and bring me that traitorous lich as well!
The Margrave must be warned, so there has to be some way that we can get ourselves out of these cells.
Unless you wish to speak to someone more on your own intellectual level, a scowl won't do us any good. I fear my magic is distinctly not of the chain-manipulating variety. See what else you can find. torch. While many a villain might disguise a hidden switch inside one, a jail cell is not a likely place for it. A hand? Yes. Yes. By the Primus, that's ingenious. The lever is at the end of the hall. You may need to be a bit clever finding a path to reach it. Try scaling those shelves to reach the lever.
Normally, you're supposed to do this whole parkour thing, but even back in beta, we figured out that if you just jump at the lever, you can open the cell without a problem. I do remember reporting this, but it's something that was never fixed.
Well, you did it. I never doubted you for a moment, of course. Look there. Signs of battle leading to the Margrave's Hall. Hurry. We may be too late.
What is this treachery? Do you truly believe you can match the power of a Margrave?
Alone? No.
Ninatar! How dare you! Your weakness is unbecoming of the House of Rituals, Sindane. It is time we anointed a new Margrave. You will pay for this deceit.
Perhaps, but such is always the price for power. So, mortal, you managed to escape. Have you come to celebrate my victory? No? What a pity. Nevertheless, allow me to leave you with a parting gift.
Sephiron rises once more. He and Kel'Thuzad seem to be forever bound. This blue dragon in life was chilling in Northrend until Arthas and the Scourge they fought him. Raised into undeath, he then became a boss in Naxxramas, dropping the key to the focusing iris. That's which was required to fight Malygos, the blue dragon aspect. Even here in the Shadowlands, he still answers the call of Kel'Thuzad. And luckily this time, we don't need a raid team to take him out.
Kel'Thuzad has retreated to the necropolis. The two of us have no chance against him now. There's just a choice but to return to your allies and regroup.
It's going to take an army to save the Margrave now. We do have friends in Revendreth, also really keen on dealing with Kel'Thuzad. Our combined forces, they might just be enough to attempt an assault, but that's going to be a story for next week. For now, thank you very much for watching, everyone. Subscribe if you like my videos, leave a like if you enjoyed this one, and until next time, see ya!